Let's talk about the Pisces full moon. The Pisces full moon is happening August 30th, 6:35 p.m. Pacific time, 9:35 p.m. Eastern time, and August 31st, 2:35 a.m. Universal time. So adjust the time for wherever you will be on the planet during this full moon. Of course, we often feel full moons several days before, up to a week before, and several days after the actual lunation. Now, this full moon in Pisces is a rare full moon. It's rare because it's both a supermoon and a blue moon. This is the second of two supermoons in the same month, the month of August 2023. And because supermoons appear brighter to the human eye, they also appear larger to us. They affect us more intensely. A blue moon is just how it sounds. Once in a blue moon, it's rare. In fact, the last time that we had a blue moon that was also a supermoon was December of 2009. And we won't have another supermoon, blue supermoon, however you want to do the language. We won't have another one of these until August of 2032. During a blue supermoon, many feel that we can channel divine feminine wisdom, the wisdom of the moon, whether we are male or female, more acutely, that we're that much more tuned in to what we need to know to move forward on our soul's path. So there is a magical quality, a sparkly quality to a blue supermoon, and it is quite rare. Now, I always like to give you an overview of the full moon before I get into the nuances, the aspects, and how you can best work with the energy. Because Pisces is the dreamer and the mystic of the zodiac, this full moon for you may be a dream or a vision that you've been working toward coming to fruition, coming to culmination. It also could be that you're releasing a dream, you're letting go of a project, you are ending something, because Pisces rules endings as well. However, that said, it's not going to be that cut and dried for a lot of us, and I'm going to tell you why when I get into the aspects. So in this video, I'm going to be doing, as always, readings for all 12 signs, letting you know in which house you are going to be experiencing the full moon in Pisces. I will also be channeling a message from Spirit and pulling an oracle card for each of the 12 signs. So listen to your rising sign. This is the area of life in which you'll be experiencing the full moon. Your sun sign is how your ego personality is going to experience this full moon. And your moon sign is how you will experience it emotionally and within your relationships. As always, I encourage you to watch the introduction to this video, because this is like part 1 of your readings that applies to everyone, and then part 2 of your readings will be the 12 sign individual readings that apply specifically to your signs. Before I go further, I want to say hello and welcome. If you are new to me, welcome to my channel. Leave me a comment. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Hello and welcome back to my friends who've been watching my videos for some time. I so appreciate you. Thank you for supporting my channel. And hello and welcome to my Sunday chat friends. Every Sunday, 9 a.m. Pacific time is when we meet in the YouTube chat for the premiere of my videos. So you are warmly welcome to join us. I'm Betsy Gutting. I'm an intuitive life coach as well as a psychic astrologer, and it is my joy, my passion, my dedication to empower you, my friend, through the astrology. In my videos and my professional astrology consultations, I weave together spiritual principles, divine downloads, intuitive insights, and Western tropical astrology. So at the end of the video, I'm going to tell you more about my astrology consultations as well as my coaching services, so you can get a sense of whether you feel called to work with me. And I also have a free gift for you, and I'm going to tell you more about that free gift and how you can get it at the end of the video. If you'd like to receive my weekly inspirational astrology updates, you can go to my website, subscribe for free, and you will receive that free gift as an instant download immediately. Now, all full moons are when the sun and the moon are opposite each other on the zodiac wheel. During this full moon, we have the sun in Virgo and the moon in Pisces. Both signs are mutable signs. Mutable energy is changeable. It helps us to move through a period of transition. It helps us to navigate change. Pisces is mutable water. It is highly sensitive, very artistic, a channel for divine energy. Now, full moons, we often feel more emotionally than new moons. They're a time of releasing, a time of letting go. Our emotions can be quite high during a full moon, especially during a Pisces full moon and a super blue Pisces full moon at that. I feel that our emotions are going to be quite full during this time. You may also receive an illumination, something that you didn't see before coming to light. This full moon is happening at 7 degrees of Pisces. So those of you who have planets or points between 3 and 11 degrees of Pisces or the other mutable signs of Virgo, Gemini, or Sagittarius will feel this full moon more personally, more intensely. But we all have 7 degrees of Pisces somewhere in our natal astrology chart, so we will all be feeling this full moon energy to a certain degree. Pisces is connected to the 12th house of the zodiac. The 12th house is the house of retreat. It's the subconscious mind. It's our imaginations. It's where we create whole other worlds. So it's also connected to our creativity and our ability to co-create and manifest dreams that are even beyond our wildest imagination. The 12th house is also passed on loved ones. It's the other side. It's mediumship. It is channeling of all kinds. It's our direct line to the divine. During this Pisces full moon, you could have a spiritual breakthrough. You could feel that the veil is quite thin, that you're able to channel psychic messages, that you're more in tune with your inner wisdom than you normally are. Pisces energy is oneness. It is where we merge with those that we love or where we merge with the divine. And of course, there are healthy ways of merging with the divine, and then those ways that are not as healthy, like substance addictions and where we're escaping because we don't want to deal with reality. And because the 12th house is the last sign of the zodiac, the Pisces full moon is often when we've come full circle. It is the end of a cycle. It's the end of a chapter for some of us. It's where we experience something ending. So for you, this could be an idea that's come to fruition. Something has played out, or you've been working on something for some time and you just feel like I'm at the point of diminishing returns. It's just not bearing fruit as I wanted it to, so I'm letting it go. And of course, this can apply to anything in our lives, any sort of situation. It could be a living situation. It could be a health concern. It could be an addiction that we're releasing. It could be an unhealthy habit or an unhealthy behavior that we're letting go of. But the key to thinking about this full moon is we're letting go of something. Some of us are going to be surrendering to something that's ending. And in Pisces energy, we often want a break. We want a vacation. We want to step out of reality, as we say. We want to experience that flow, that ease that comes with not having to think about who we're responsible to or what we have to do, what's on our calendar, who we're meeting with. We want to just not have any commitments at all. The lower octave of Pisces energy is when we escape reality to the point that we spend too much time in fantasy, or we are not paying attention to the things that we need to do to have a healthy, balanced life. But this full moon is not going to be a time when we can check out completely from reality. And the reason is that the full moon is conjunct Saturn in Pisces. Saturn reminds us of our responsibilities. Saturn says there are things you have to take care of. Saturn supports us to create a solid, sustainable foundation. So Saturn's really important in our lives, but it gets the reputation of being a malefic planet, of being a killjoy, because our human selves, especially in Pisces energy, we don't want someone telling us, put your nose to the grindstone. We don't want someone saying, no, you can't have what you want. We don't want someone saying, you have to stop playing. No, don't take that vacation because there's work to do instead. Saturn also rules goals and goal setting. It rules planning. It rules focused work. So during this full moon, you could feel of two minds. One part of you wants to go on vacation, you want a break, you're ready to step out of your daily routine, the daily grind, so to speak. And then another part of you that says, yes, but you have responsibilities, don't forget to do this, so-and-so is counting on you. I think a lot of us are gonna be feeling these two voices in our heads. And when I was preparing for this video, I got a memory came in from my childhood, from my teenagehood actually, when I was about 14 years old, me and my best friend Shelly. And Shelly and I love to spend time at one another's homes whenever one person's home was a little too crazy or when someone's parent was in a bad mood, we go to the other person's home and vice versa. However, both of us had fathers who tended to say no more often than they said yes. And back then, pretty universally, it was the dad, the father, who wore the pants in the family. So I remember one day inviting Shelly over to spend the night for a sleepover. And we loved our sleepovers because we would make cookies, we would talk about boys, and then we would put our heads together and try and figure out what we were going to be when we grew up. However, one afternoon when I asked her to spend the night, we went back to her house and she started to pack her things. And she asked her dad, she said, hey dad, I'm gonna go spend the night with Betsy, okay? And he said, absolutely not, absolutely not. You're not going anywhere. You have way too much work to do. And he started rattling off all of these chores that she needed to do. And so I spoke up and I said, I'll help her do whatever she needs to do. Is that okay if we do it all, then can she come? And he didn't respond, he didn't answer, but we got to work. We cleaned the kitchen. I remember clear as day as though it's happening right now, emptying her dishwasher, and we were kind of mumbling to each other, I hope he lets me go, I hope he lets me go. Got everything done that he wanted her to do, and then she said quietly and kind of, Dad, can I go now? And he was big long pause. Okay, but be back tomorrow morning by 9 a.m. So I'm telling you the story because I feel like this may be the energy of this full moon in Pisces, where we can go do that fun thing, but first we have to do our chores. Now remember that Saturn is retrograde in Pisces. Saturn has been at this degree where it will be during the full moon before. In fact, it was April 3rd to the 13th. Saturn was at 3 degrees of Pisces where it will be during this full moon. So whatever came up for you during that time may come up again if it wasn't resolved. I also feel that because Mercury will be retrograde during this full moon, Mercury will be retrograde in Virgo where the sun is, opposite the moon. They're not directly opposite. This is not an aspect to this full moon. But because Mercury is retrograde in Virgo, which is the sign opposite Pisces, I feel that we're going to be doing some deliberation. We're going to be discerning. We're going to be thinking, reflecting on whatever is coming up for us during this full moon. Not only this, but Saturn still has one more pass to make at 3 degrees. Saturn will retrograde back to 0 degrees, and then it will come back to 3 degrees again at the end of December through January 9th. So this means whatever's going on during this full moon is part of a process. It doesn't mean that you can't make a decision during this full moon, but it does mean that if you're not sure, if you don't have clarity, know that that clarity will likely come, that you'll be able to make that clear decision by the end of December or January at the latest. Another factor that we look at when we're discerning the quality of a full or new moon is the ruling planet. In this case, Neptune in Pisces is ruling this full moon. Neptune is retrograde in Pisces, so we're looking back. We could be looking back at dreams we've had. We could be looking back at other chapters of our lives. We could be looking back at fantasies that have come to fruition or haven't. This is really a looking back kind of full moon. And when we look at the aspects that Neptune is making to any other planets, we see that Neptune retrograde is making a sextile to Pluto retrograde in Capricorn. So Pluto retrograde in Capricorn, and I have a separate video for you on this transit. Pluto retrograde is helping us to release any dependencies. It's helping us to clear out anything that is no longer in alignment with our current vibration, our current soul's evolution. Sextiles are positive energy flow. They are solutions and new opportunities. So during this full moon, you could feel a clearing out of old karma. You could feel a clearing out of responsibilities that you've had in the past and realize that they're no longer current for you. You could receive intuitive downloads, intuitive information through Neptune, through your dreams, through astral travel, through lucid dreaming, through meditation sessions. You could receive information that feels quite illuminating, that is about clearing something out, that is about, yes, I used to be responsible for this. This used to be my obligation. I never thought that I wouldn't be obligated to this anymore, but now I realize it's time to let it go. Because we're opening up to new opportunities. We're creating space for something new. And I feel that some of us are going to feel a really beautiful opening with this full moon that's going to be a dissolving of tension, a dissolving of like just something unraveling and leaving and going into the ground as compost. And this is because we've grown. This is because we've evolved. This is because we're not the same people we were when Pluto went into Capricorn in 2008. So to sum this all up before I go to the 12 sign readings, many of us are at a crossroads during this full moon. We feel an ending. This is a feeling kind of full moon. Emotional water sign, mutable energy. We feel almost like you are feeling the waves of the ocean. Something may be ending, or you're contemplating ending something. There may be a delay because Saturn brings delay. There may be a no that an authority figure hands to you, or you may feel like I'm ready to give this one last shot. I'm not sure if I still want this. I'm deliberating, I'm discerning, but I'm going to put the work in. I'm going to try a new tactic. I'm going to put in the effort. I'm going to give this one last good college try before I let it go. You may feel a tightness because there is some sort of hoop that you have to jump through, or multiple hoops that you have to jump through. You may feel like you have to satisfy a requirement or requirements. Saturn rules timing, so it may feel like there's a deadline. I have to meet this deadline. I have no choice. Go to your higher guidance. Channel your spiritual guidance. Channel your intuitive wisdom. It's there for you, especially during a blue supermoon. If you feel stuck, try to soar above your life to see from the bigger picture. Ask your guides, ask your passed on loved ones if you'd like for assistance. Ask your guardian angel. You can even ask for a healing while you sleep. And because we have 7 planets in retrograde and Jupiter about to be the 8th planet going retrograde just a few days after this full moon, this is going to be a preparation time for a lot of us. We're preparing for the next new thing as we release our past. And lastly, I feel that this is really going to be showing up in our relationships, our interactions with one another. Why? Because Mars will have just gone into Libra, and Libra is known as the relationship sign, especially committed partnerships. Libra is where we want harmony and balance. So hopefully this allows us to work with one another diplomatically, lovingly, kindly. Don't go it alone, my friend. Reach out for help. The assistance will be there for you. Okay, my friends, so let's do the 12 sign readings now. Listen to your rising sign. This will let you know in which house, which area of your life this full moon in Pisces is happening for you. Listen to your sun sign. This is how your ego personality will be experiencing this full moon. And your moon sign is how you will experience the full moon emotionally. So let's start with Pisces. Hello, beautiful Pisces. Pisces, this is your full moon. You are having this full moon in your first house. The first house is the house of identity. This is the I am. You fill in the blank. However you see yourself, however you want to come across to others, how you want others to perceive you, this is that house. This is also our roles. So that I am is the roles that you play in this movie of your life. And full moons in the first house in our sign tend to affect us on all levels. Why? Because identity is such a huge concept. We have an identity within our jobs. We have an identity within our families. We have an identity within our love relationships, with our friends. and with the things that we love to do. So it really can affect any area of your life, beautiful Pisces. Now, Pisces, your message from Spirit is that this is going to be a manifestational full moon for you. So for many of you, you will have something come to fruition. Something will culminate. There could be a new status that you have earned as a result of the hard work that you put in prior to this full moon. There could be an ending, a graduation, a feeling of, I've done this thing and now I'm moving on. You could also have a healing during this full moon in a relationship. Why? Because your house of committed partnerships is right across the way in Virgo from this full moon. And because Mercury is retrograde there, it's very possible within the 2 weeks that the full moon occurs, 2 weeks after the full moon, that you could have some sort of epiphany or illumination as a result of Mercury being retrograde and as the result of you really feeling the gift of this full moon, the gift of illumination. Now, when I tuned into your energy, Pisces, I got a warmth in my heart. Just felt very warm and good in my heart. And that's when I got the sense of something is manifesting for you. It felt like a lot of you are going to be really happy during this full moon. You're going to feel like something is happening perhaps that you didn't even fully believe would happen for you. So some of you could be getting a promotion. Some of you could be advancing in some way. Some of you could be starting your own business. Some of you could be saying yes to a creative project that you've wanted to do for some time. Some of you could be putting something out into the world, or finally receiving the recognition from having put something out in the world in the recent past. So let's shuffle the cards for you, Pisces, and see what the cards have to say for beautiful Pisces. Okay, Pisces, beautiful Pisces. Your card is New Beginnings, Pisces, New Beginnings. This is what I was feeling with this card. You see how there's like, to me, this is the past. This dark landscape here is the past. That's already occurred. Now you're walking into this creative light. There's so much creativity with the orange here. And then this bright, bright light of the sunrise. And your connection to the heavens with all of the stars and the blue and the ethers. I feel like this card is like a reward card. It's like, yes, you've been through it. Yes, you've come through some hard times, but now there's a brand new beginning that's opening up for you, Pisces, that is really going to light you up, that's really going to fill you up, that is going to be quite fulfilling to your heart. So leave me a comment, Pisces. Let me know if this resonates for you. I'd love to hear. Okay, Aquarius. Hello, beautiful Aquarians. Aquarians, you guys are having this Pisces full moon, the sparkly, magical, once in a blue moon, super blue moon is happening for you in your second house of earned income, self-esteem, self-love. This is your values. This is what matters most to you. It's your material security. So it's also our possessions, and most notably our prized possessions. So when I tuned into your energy, beautiful Aquarius, I felt nostalgia. I really saw like an image of you guys looking back and feeling some bittersweetness, feeling like, do I want to let that chapter go? I'm not sure. Or remember when I had this, remember when I had this relationship that was so sweet. Remember when I was making more money. Remember when, whatever it is for you. I know it's hard sometimes when you've let things go and you're like, like when I moved to Puerto Vallarta, I sold everything that I owned, and it would be really easy for me to look back now and go, I wish I had that thing. And I have been feeling that with some of my Oracle cards because I sold almost all of my Oracle decks, which I wish I hadn't done. I could have sent them to my daughter, but you can see me. I'm playing out this energy right now. I wish I hadn't done that. That's what I'm tuning into when I tune into your energy. That's not all of you. That's maybe only some of you. But your message from Spirit is, let the past go. You can always get more, whatever it is. You can always have another one of those sweet soul-connected relationships, if that's what you're tuning into. You can always get another job and make more money if you'd like to make more money. But there is something that is culminating for you. There's something ending for you, or you're going to be receiving an illumination from this full moon that sets you on a new path. That this is the 12th house, as I spoke about at the beginning of the video. This is the ending of a cycle. You're starting a new cycle. You're letting something go so you can create a brand new chapter. And that is why Spirit is really saying, time to let the past go. So Aquarius, I've been shuffling the cards. Let's pull a card for you now. Beautiful Aquarius. Your card is pleasure, Aquarius. I love this card. Look at the beautiful green grass. This is such an ethereal card. I love that the deer is here. Some of you may have seen that I posted just a few days ago. I did a post about the deer that came into my backyard of the Airbnb where I'm staying right now. It's a whole deer family. And this card reminds me of that. And there was such an ethereal feeling to that. I felt like they were showing up to remind me of my sense of whenever I'm traveling, it's okay. You still belong. We're still here with you. Maybe that's a message that some of you need to hear as well. But there is a sweetness and innocence and gentleness to the deer. And you are walking through a portal, Aquarius. You are walking through a portal into the light. It's a brand new chapter. It's a brand new beginning. It's time to say yes to pleasure. It's time to give yourself what you might fantasize about in terms of, if my life were this, if my life were that. Maybe this card is saying too, that it's time to let yourself have in real physical life some of that pleasure. There's so much green in this card. It's a heart activation. What does your heart most desire, Aquarius? Is there anything you're not saying yes to that your heart wants that would bring you pleasure? If so, this is the card. This card is saying, give it to yourself. Let yourself have it. Okay, Capricorns. Hello, beautiful Capricorn. Capricorn, you are having this full moon in Pisces in your 3rd house. The 3rd house is mindset and communication. It is your daily errands, your daily comings and goings and conversations with others, including emails, speaking, writing. The 3rd house is also your devices. It is your transportation. It's short trips. It's your vehicle or vehicles. It's everything electronic. The 3rd house is also, there are a lot of categories in the 3rd house. The 3rd house is also your siblings, neighbors, neighborhood, landlords, cousins, aunts, and uncles. So you could be having some sort of closure or clarity in a relationship with any of those groups of people that I just mentioned, a sibling, an aunt, uncle, or a landlord, or a neighbor. You could be, something could come up around that for you. Something could come up around your immediate environment, your immediate vicinity, the places that you frequent, where you shop, where you work out, all of those kinds of places. This is networks for sure. This full moon is an ending, a culmination, an deliberation on whether you want to let something go or not. Also an epiphany, or full moons almost always bring something to light that we didn't see before, or close something out that's ready to end, that's ready to come to fruition. So it could be any of those things for you. It could even be like something that you've been thinking about for a long time that you haven't started yet. You finally decide, I'm going to do that blog. I'm going to do this writing project. I'm going to do that podcast. I'm going to team up with somebody and we're going to create something together. Any of those kinds of things. This full moon is, it's friendly to you in the sense that Pisces energy makes a sextile to your energy, Capricorn, and that sextile energy is new opportunities or solutions to an issue or a problem that you didn't have before. And now you see the solution. Now there's an opening. Now there's a path that you didn't see before. So that's really beautiful. And your message from Spirit, Capricorn, you guys work so hard. You guys are so goal-oriented and focused, in this full moon, as I mentioned in the opening of the video, is conjunct Saturn. That is your ruling planet. Saturn is the taskmaster. So I think that's why Spirit is giving you this message, which is it's time during this full moon to take it a little bit easier. Yes, do the things you have to do. You will do that, Capricorn, but take it easy and let things unfold. Go with the flow. Let yourself be in the flow, because sometimes with Saturn, there is a delay. It rules timing, and this may not be the perfect timing with so many planets retrograde, including Mercury. There's a reason that Spirit is saying take it easy and go with the flow. Okay. But if you have crystal clarity, of course, take the action or make the decision. Capricorn, beautiful Capricorn, what is your card? Your card is taking risks. Okay. Well, this card is saying there is a stepping out for you, and that is in alignment with the sextile. The sextile is taking some sort of action. So if you couldn't fail, Capricorn, what would you say yes to? If you were guaranteed, and I know we never are, but this helps us to know what risk is right for us to take. If you were guaranteed the outcome that you wanted, what risk would you take? It's important that we first get clear on what it is that we most want, right? What our heart most wants before we say no to it. So that's why I'm asking you these questions. There is a bravery of spirit that this card is encouraging you to take. Beautiful Capricorn. And I see all the earth in this card. This is so you. Take the leap and the net will appear is what I'm feeling for you, Capricorn. Okay, Sagittarius. Hello, beautiful Sag. Sag, you are having this full moon in Pisces in your fourth house of home, family, childhood conditioning, your roots. This is your place of belonging. It's also where we create a beautiful sanctuary for ourselves in our homes. So for you all, there's an ending, a culmination, an illumination in an area that has to do with your home or your family, your physical home, your family of origin, the family that you created with a significant other or on your own. But there's something here for you about strengthening your root system, about putting your roots down even deeper into the earth. So when I tuned into your energy, Spirit said this is a turning point full moon for you, Sag. There's a square that happens between your energy and Pisces energy, and that square gives us momentum. It gives us motivation to take a step, to take action, because we often feel some sort of tension or pressure with a square. So we take action because we want to feel better. So this is a turning point for you. There's a decision that you will likely be making before or after, or somewhat after this full moon. And it will likely have to do with your home, because this is a fourth house full moon, or to do with your career, because your 10th house is across from this full moon, and that is where the sun is, and that is where Mercury is. So because Mercury is there, Sag, you're probably deliberating on a career decision right now as well. And that could affect a decision about your home. Some of you might move to start a new business. Some of you might move your house or downsize or upsize. It's different for everyone. Some of you may decide to remodel. Some of you may just make some sort of decision about your home and where you want to live as a result of a career decision as well. But remember, in the big picture, your focus is on starting a new chapter that's going to make you feel more rooted, safe, and secure. That's fourth house energy. Rooted, safe, stable, and secure. This is what your soul is guiding you to, beautiful Sag. So let me shuffle the cards for you and let's see. And some of you very well could be, tearing down a house. When I think of Pisces energy, it's the end, it's an ending, it's the end of a cycle. It could be like, I want a complete and total remodel, or I'm going to build a new house. It could be something like that. Or I'm letting go. Somebody's leaving. Maybe you have somebody leaving your home and family. A roommate is moving out, or you're the roommate that's moving out. Something to do with home and family, or there could be a healing having to do with your childhood conditioning. There could be a healing here. You could be releasing an old self You could be having an ego death so that you can rise even more into alignment with your new soul's vibration. Okay, Sag. So let's shuffle the cards for you, Sag. Sagittarius, your card is, ooh, inner peace. I love this card because it's so Piscean. Wait till you see this. The two fish swimming. But in this card, they're swimming together. So to me, this card is a partnership card as well. This is like, I find my person, I find my tribe, I swim with my close loved one. We do this together. I'm not alone. There are these pink flowers that are blooming. There's all the nourishment that you need as you're swimming through into the next thing that you're doing, and you have inner peace. And I feel that this card is saying there's nothing more important than inner peace. There's nothing more than cultivating it. So when you do your clearing, your purging, your releasing during this full moon, as I think most of us are going to do, Sag, when you do it with an eye to, this is going to bring me deep this is going to bring me deep inner peace. Inner peace is your birthright. Inner peace is who you are naturally, beautiful Sag. Claim your inner peace. Leave me a comment. Let me know if this resonates for you. I'd love to hear. Okay, Scorpio. Hello, beautiful Scorpios. Scorpio, you are having this full moon in Pisces in your 5th house. The 5th house is the house of adventure and freedom, creativity, children. This is the house of our inner child. 5th house is playful energy. It is creative. It is allowing yourself full license to be uninhibited, to use all your colors, to let your own true colors shine out to others. This is also the house of love and romance. This is where we date. This is where we take chances. We make mistakes. We get messy, as Ms. Frizzle said on the Magic School Bus. One of my favorite quotes. So, beautiful Scorpio. This is a full moon where you could be having an ending, a culmination, or something coming to fruition in any of these areas that I just mentioned. Something could be going on with one of your children. They could be having something come to fruition. They could be having a creative project blooming during this time. Or you could start writing a book. You could start a play that you've always wanted to write. You could start that piece of music that you've been wanting to create. It's anything creative, anything playful. You could decide to take an adventure. This energy for you, Scorpio, with Pisces, you guys are cousins. You're both water signs. You're both deep feeling, deep diving water signs. So this makes a trine to your energy. This full moon trines your energy. Trines are ease and flow. It's the wind at your back. It's the currents of the water just pushing you forward, gliding you forward. I feel if you have an ending during this time, it's going to feel natural to you. It's going to feel like, oh, this is just one of those ebbs of life. There's ebbs and flows in life, and this is just one of those. If you feel yourself going through an emotional purge, as many of us will during this full moon, I feel that you're going to be like, oh, that was such a good cry. I really needed that cry. I feel so much better afterward. So, beautiful Scorpio. Let me shuffle the cards for you. And, especially with 5th house transits, people always want to know, could I attract a partner? Of course. It's a manifestational full moon. All full moons can bring manifestations, just as all full moons can bring breakups. They can bring one or the other or both. It's all possible. But this is the house where we want to feel passionate. So it's most important that we remember whatever we're doing during this full moon, whatever we're saying yes to, whatever we're saying no to, whatever we're letting go of, or we're creating space for, or we're walking into, that it holds passion for us, that it makes us feel more alive, more sparkly, more magical, more connected to our highest self. Okay, Scorpio, now shuffling the cards and beautiful Spirit, what do you have to say for our Scorpios during this full moon in Pisces? Scorpio, your card is, woo! Okay, guys, check it out. Love, love, it's love. Okay, I am really partial to this card. I love love. I love the colors. I love the flowers. There's so much life here. Everything's blooming. This is the card of blooming. And for some of you, this will be the card of true love. This will be the card of passion. This will be a relationship coming in for you, or a relationship getting more passionate, more aligned, more connected, feeling sweeter. So I love this energy for you, Scorpio. And this love can be for anything. It's not just a person. It can be a child. It can be a creative project. It can be a creative child. Whatever that is for you, leave me a comment. Let me know if this resonates for you. I would love to hear. Love, 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 Scorpio. Okay, Libras. Hello, beautiful Libra. Libra. The Pisces full moon is happening for you in your 6th house of daily habits, the daily ins and outs of your world. So this is our work, what we do on a regular basis. These are our workouts. This is the food that we eat. This is everything that you do repetitively, routinely. So it tends to have to do with the physical body. It's the house of wellness, but it's also our mental health. It's also, if you have a regular spiritual practice, again, it's that repetitive routine, schedules, structures. So a Pisces full moon, as I spoke about in the introduction to the video, is often where we're ending something, we're releasing something. Some of you could be letting go of an addiction, because we associate addictions, addictive behavior, with Pisces energy. It's where we want to escape. It's also where we want to be super creative. And, there's dark and light with every sign, right? There's the highest octave and the lowest octave. For you, though, for some of you, you may be releasing something that you just know is not good for you. It could be any kind of habit or any kind of practice or any kind of thing that you receive perhaps during this full moon, an illumination, an epiphany that you're finally ready to let something go. When I tune into your energy, and of course that means you're creating space for something new. An ending is just the gateway to a new beginning. So we are stepping into a new chapter. We are ending a cycle. This is a full turn around the zodiac wheel that we've had, and now we're stepping into a new cycle. Beautiful Libra. When I tuned into your energy and connected to spirit for you, what I got was this is going to feel like a real change. And what I think real meant from spirit was significant for some of you. Some of you are going to feel like this is a real turning point for you. You are letting something go that you're ready to let go of. Now, some of you could let go of a job. Some of you could be let go from a job, and that is very hard when that happens. It's very challenging when it's not something we want, when we're not expecting it. I understand that. But I can tell you, having been a life coach, a career coach for many, many years now, over 20 years, I have never, ever had a client that has, once they had a little bit of space from being let go, that has wished they were still in that job. They all agree that yes, it was the best thing. And that is how life works, right? We know this. We know this with our friends. We know this with our loved ones. When they lose a job, it's because it wasn't right for them anymore. It doesn't make it any less traumatic when it happens. It doesn't make it any less challenging. But I want to say that for those of you who may be having an ending, who may be swimming in the void, so to speak, moving into a void that is uncomfortable. We can feel that void in Pisces energy sometimes. Just remember, this is the beginning of a brand new chapter for you. And Saturn conjunct this moon is helping you to create a solid, sustainable foundation. That's what Saturn does. You are not being left in the lurch. You are not, some of you could get a promotion. Some of you could be, assigned to a different role that's better for you, making more money perhaps. So this is not all about something going away that is difficult. We do have Mars having just gone into your sign with this full moon, Mars in Libra, and that's really going to help you to feel empowered and energized, I feel, Libra. You're really going to feel the motivation and the drive to say yes to something new or to cut out something that isn't good for you anymore. Okay, so Libra, shuffling the cards for you. And let's see what the cards have to say for beautiful Libras. Some of you will be starting a new physical health routine for sure. Okay, Libra, your card is fulfillment, Libra. Check it out, fulfillment. There's the full moon. There's the full moon. Here's the juicy ripe peach. It's ready to come off the vine. It's ready to be picked. It's ready to be savored. What in your life are you ready to savor? What in your life are you ready to, what is ripe for you? What is ready for you? It's time, Libra. It's time to say yes to it. Only you can give yourself permission to have the fulfillment that you really need. And some of you are going, I don't know what would fulfill me. That's okay. Get my book, The Magic of Saying Yes. It is a workbook. I give you a lot of my own personal stories, the nitty gritty of the tough stuff that I've been through as well. But also I give you meditations and exercises to help you cross that bridge from where you are now to where you truly, truly want to be, to help you discover who you are, so that you know what will fulfill you. I love this card. I think this is a beautiful omen for a gorgeous full moon. Let the past go, Libra. It's time for a fulfilling new beginning. Okay, Virgos. Hello, beautiful Virgos. Happy, happy birthday to you, Virgos. I hope you have the most beautiful birthday season. And those of you who have early birthdays in Virgo season, you're starting off with a gorgeous Pisces full moon. So this full moon is happening, Virgo, in your 7th house of committed partnerships. Committed partnerships include not just your significant others, as in lovers, as in boyfriends, girlfriends, spouses, and also best friends, also clients, people that you have a commitment to, spoken or unspoken, and they are there. These are equal relationships. This is equal give and take. This is mutually reciprocal partnerships. So this is an important place to have a full moon. This is where, with the Pisces full moon, there could be an ending here for you. There could be taking something to the next level, solidifying. Saturn is conjunct this full moon. This is foundation building energy. This is putting a ring on it for some of you. Mercury is retrograde in your sign. I'm not going to say don't get engaged. I wouldn't get married during a Mercury retrograde personally, but certainly an engagement, why not? Now, Virgo, not only is Mercury in your sign during this full moon, the sun is in your sign during this full moon. So this is going to be a lot for you about relationships, obviously, in the 7th house. This does feel like a turning point moon for you as well. Your message from Spirit is you know what to do. Trust your intuitive guidance. During a Mercury retrograde, especially in our sign, we're even more intuitive than we normally are. We can channel that divine energy more easily. We tend to be less logical, less analytical, as Virgos tend to be, and more intuitive. So trust yourself, Virgo, during this moon time, this full moon time. Trust yourself and know that everything's happening in divine, perfect order for you. Okay, Virgo, so I'm shuffling the cards, and some of you will have like new business partners. Some of you will release a business partner. You will end some sort of contractual relationship, or a relationship that doesn't have a contract but is, an unspoken contract. This is the end of a cycle, but it can also be something really coming to fruition and like booming. It could be a booming business. It could be, new people coming into your life, or people, I see sort of this revolving door and roles being swapped. So you could be changing roles at work, or if you are the manager or CEO of a company, you could be shifting people around too. Okay, Virgo, let me pull a card for you now. Virgos. Ooh, oh my gosh. This card is so perfect for you guys. Purity. Why do I say perfect? Because in Virgo energy, there's often a purification. So for me, this card has two meanings. One is acknowledge your own purity. Acknowledge your spirit of pure love. Do you see the green eye in this beautiful, what I feel is a fox? Some might say this is a wolf. Whatever it is for you, whatever your intuition says it is, but there's a green eye and a blue eye. And to me, the green eye is your beautiful, loving heart. It is the heart activation, your heart chakra. The blue eye to me is your discernment. It's your throat chakra. It's your ability to speak your truth. It's your ability to assert your needs. It's your ability to stand up for yourself if needed, but also to just gently be able to convey to others your needs, which is so important in our committed partnerships, right? That's one thing that I see this card doing, acknowledging your purity, acknowledging your gorgeous spirit, beautiful Virgo. The second thing I see is an invitation to some of you to go through a purification process. You could be going through that in your own mind. You could be with Mercury retrograde in your sign. You could definitely be reprogramming a story about yourself, reprogramming something in your from your subconscious mind to make it more true to who you are, more uplifting and positive and a better reflection of your beautiful spirit. Or you could be purifying something in your body, or you could be purifying a dynamic in a relationship that's been less than healthy, and up leveling that dynamic, raising the vibration of your relationship dynamic, beautiful Virgo. So leave me a comment. Let me know if this resonates for you. Happy full moon and happy birthday again. Okay, Leos. Hello, beautiful Leos. Leo, you have had quite the Leo season with the Lionsgate, with the Venus star point in your sign, with Venus being retrograde. Wow, I feel such an upgrade of your energy, of your, as we call it, the timeline shifting. I would love to hear if you feel like there's been a shift in your energy, if you feel like you have gone to a new level in your soul's evolution. I really feel that with you guys. Now you are having this full moon in Pisces in your 8th house of transformation. So this continues that theme of your soul evolving. This is the house of soul evolution. This is also the house of shared resources. This is where we share money, time, and energy with significant others in our lives. This is the house of emotional and sexual intimacy. Very deep diving house. This is the house of taboos, the things that we don't tend to talk about, at least not in public, maybe only with one or two people in our lives. This is also where you are having a death or rebirth process, very possibly. Because this is the house of transformation, you could have a deep purge during this full moon. You could really have a good cry. You could really shed a skin. You could let something go. You could say, that was my past. You could be looking back to your past. You could be looking back to someone in your life that was an authority figure, or that someone that you felt had some power, because this is really the house of power, someone who had power, felt like they had power over you. And you could be saying, oh, I'm so done with that. I'm so glad that's over. You could feel that this is a graduation for you. You could feel that you're really rising in some way in your life, Leo. When I tuned into Spirit for a message for you, I got turning a corner, end of a season. You're ending Leo season for sure, but also a season of your life. Many of you are ending that as well. Many of you did have some sort of heart activation, I would imagine, with the Lionsgate and all the other transits I just mentioned. But I feel like you'll know what to release. If there's something to release here with an 8th house transit, there usually is, you will know what that is, Leo. You will know. Also, I got the sense that you are ready to fire it up. like you've done the purge, you've done the releasing, you've shed the skin, and now it's time to fire it up. It's like the engine's getting fired up, Leo. I felt that. Venus is going direct September 3rd. So I think a lot of you are going to feel like, a sigh of that's over. Venus is direct. I'm ready to go now. Like I've got everything I need. My bag is packed. My business plan is made. Whatever it is for you, you're heading out. You're heading out. Okay, if you're not heading out, you are making a plan to do so. You're making a plan that is preparing you for whatever that moving forward is for you. And in eighth house, that's can be partnership, it can be investments, it can be windfalls of money, it can be real estate. It's a lot of different things. It can be deepening the sexual or emotional intimacy in a relationship. So it can be a lot of things, but whatever it is, it's transforming you in some way. So Leo, let's pull a card for you now. Ah, beautiful Leo. Leo, I see the sun coming out for you. Sun is coming out and check it out. It's an adventure for you, Leo. You're on an adventure. You're having one. The waterfall is falling down. It's a tropical environment. The birds are singing. You know that feeling you get when you're in a tropical place? I hope you know. And if not, you can watch a movie that takes place in a tropical setting and feel it. It's a feeling of lushness. It's a feeling of aliveness. It's being transported to a whole new vibration, a whole new sense of paradise, whatever your paradise is. What is your paradise, Leo? That's what I feel like this card is about. What adventure do you need? What does your soul want? This is adventures. This is that fired up energy that I felt, ready to fire it up, ready to have a new adventure. This could be just as much a metaphor as anything else. What is your soul calling you toward, Leo? What would light you up? If you couldn't possibly fail, what would you say yes to? That is your heart speaking to you. Happy full moon in Pisces. Beautiful Leo. Leave me a comment. Let me know if this resonates for you. I'd love to hear. Okay, Cancers. Hello, beautiful Cancer. Cancer, I have my moon and my rising in Cancer. So Cancers, you are having this full moon in Pisces, which is like your cousin sign, Cancers and Pisces, both water signs, making a trine to your energy, a beautiful, positive, ease and grace energy flow for you. You're having this lunation in your ninth house of expansion, adventures, long distance travel, higher learning, a new course, a new study of some sort. This is expanding on all levels. And of course, we expand by going to other cultures. We expand by doing new courses and learning. We expand by meeting new people who are different from us. They come from different cultures. They've had different backgrounds. We expand when we see new scenery. It's all of these things. We can do it in so many different ways. When we meet people with different spiritual belief systems than we have, we really can expand that way as well. So the gift for you, Cancer, during this full moon, some of you will feel nostalgic. That's Cancer and Pisces energy. There is nostalgia there. I know it well. Others of you are deliberating on, do you want to keep going with something or do you want to let it go? Others of you already know the ending is just happening and you're ready to step into something new. Allow any past that isn't in alignment with you anymore, allow it to go. When I tune into your energy, I got the sense of you being diligent about something. There's something that I think you know you need to put effort into based on what was going on for you in April, perhaps, when we had Saturn at the same degree. I speak about that at length in the introduction to this video. There's something that you may be giving a second chance to. You may be putting more effort in because it hasn't given you the fruit that you want yet, but you may feel like, but I need to give it a little bit more time. I need to step out in a way I haven't stepped out before. Cancers can be really in their shells. They can really spend too much time at home, for example, too much time in their comfort zone, right? If you went out of your comfort zone, Cancer, if you tried a different tactic, if you tried a different approach to something that isn't satisfying enough for you right now, might that bear fruit for you? If that's the case, you might want to give it a second chance. If you're like, no, I've tried everything, I've done it all, I really know it's time to let go of this, then you know it's time to let go. Okay, so Cancers, I am going to pull a card for you now, and this could be a trip that some of you are taking because ninth house is other cultures. So you could be taking a trip. You could be, just remember that Saturn is here as well. So Saturn is trying to help you to structure something. There may be something you have to take care of. If you're taking some sort of what you might call a getaway or an escape, just be sure that you have dotted your I's and crossed your T's, because Mercury is retrograde too. And Saturn, with Saturn, usually there's something that we have to do, something foundational that we have to do. Could be because you're going to, if you're going to another country, it could be something legal that you have to do. It could be something to do with a visa or a plane ticket or something else like that. Paperwork, for example, that needs to be completed in order for you to get to do what you want to do. Okay, Cancers. I'm laughing at myself. Sometimes I can be a little long-winded. Okay, Cancer. Beautiful, Cancer. Your full moon in Pisces messages. Ooh, Cancer. Transformation. This is the most beautiful transformation card that I've seen, because you are becoming the butterfly. You are the rose that is blooming. You are seeing your uniqueness. You're seeing the different sides of yourself and the beauty that is in all sides of you. You're letting your true colors out. You're letting your full expression shine. This is what's happening for you during this full moon, Cancer. I want to say, go out of your comfort zone for sure. Do the thing that you think you cannot do, as Eleanor Roosevelt says it. Do the thing that feels uncomfortable, and you will receive the transformation that is your birthright, that will light you up, that will bring you the fulfillment that your heart truly seeks. Beautiful, Cancer. Okay, Geminis. Hello, beautiful Geminis. I have my natal sun in Gemini. Gemini, the Pisces full moon is happening for you in your 10th house of career, vocation, passion, fulfillment, legacy. This is also the house of retirement. It's the house where we want what our soul most wants to come to fruition. This is where we want to do the thing that lights us up. It's really the house of vocation. The 6th house is the house of work. 10th house at the top of our charts, it's where we come out in our full true colors and shine our light bright. So this for you, beautiful Gemini, can be where you are releasing a past, something that doesn't hold passion for you anymore. The spark is gone. You need more. I think of this house as the house of something more as well. It's like, this is where our creativity really gets free reign. So Gemini, something may be ending for you here to make room for something that is more sparkly, more passion-filled for you, that will bring you more fulfillment. You could be thinking about legacy. Some of you could be retiring. This is the end of a cycle after all. It is the last sign of the zodiac. You could be definitely saying that was an old chapter, on to the new, on to something new, even if you don't know what that is yet. Your message from, or you could be starting a new business. I mean, you could be doing anything in this realm of vocation for you. Endings or beginnings, illuminations, new information coming to light, divine downloads coming in. You have a dream one night and you do something in your dream, you get a message from Spirit saying, go do this. That happened to me. I talk about that story in my book, The Magic of Saying Yes. I had a dream in which I was doing stand-up comedy, and I had to go do it because I felt so strongly in my bones and my heart and my being that that was a sign from the universe, and it was the hardest thing I've ever done. So you could get something else. You could have a lucid dream. You could have, somebody in your life inspires you. I also see this as the house of inspiration, and the house of inspired action. You could get that inspiration from seeing someone else do something that lights you up, and that could be your sign. Remember, Pisces energy, signs and omens and synchronicities point the way for the direction we are to take. Your message from Spirit, Gemini, is stay true to yourself. You will be motivated, most likely during this Pisces full moon. You will have to take action to stay true to yourself. Why? Because there's a square energy here between you and Pisces energy. Gemini and Pisces, you're both mutable, you square. That means that you will feel probably some tension or some urgency to take action. I don't mean urgency as in like emergency. I just mean you will feel like, okay, I have to make a move here. I've got to do something. So if you stay true to yourself, it will all be fine. It will all be fine. The resources you need, the help you need, the assistance you need will come to you, and you know where to go in a Pisces full moon, your higher guidance. Meditate, journal, automatic writing, lots of tools I have in my book, The Magic of Saying Yes for You, if you would like more support with that. There are lots of ways I can support you. But my point is, get support if you need it from someone that you trust. Gemini. Okay. So let's see what the cards have to say for Geminis for this full moon in the 10th house of legacy, career, and fulfillment and passion of the vocational kind. Gemini. Your card is, okay, Geminis. This is a reflection I feel coming in for you. This is an illumination. Some of you may feel like you've been at a standstill. Some of you may feel like something isn't moving the way you want it to, and therefore you lack clarity. This card is saying there's a reflection for you in this period of what may feel like standstill, what may feel like lull, what may feel like a stagnancy even. If you look at this card carefully, you can see it's a gorgeous card. There's so much creativity with the orange in this card. There's so much green, the heart in this card, heart chakra. But we make moves when we see the truth, and we see the truth when we pause to reflect. Mercury is retrograde in Virgo. Virgo is a fellow Mercury-ruled sign. So I feel like with Mercury retrograde, you are going to get illumination if you ask for it, if you pray for it, if you do that automatic writing, if you do those things that we do to get clarity, Gemini, you'll receive that. And it will open something up for you. And don't be afraid to let go of something that is outworn for you, where there's no juice left. You know it. You'll know it in your bones, Gemini. You'll know it in your bones if it's time to let something go. Persistence is beautiful, but sometimes we can persist beyond what is healthy for us. You know what to do. Trust yourself. And follow the crumbs, Gemini. Follow the crumbs, the one step at a time, and you'll be on your way. Leave me a comment. Let me know if this resonates for you. Okay, Taurus. Hello, beautiful Taurus. Taurus, the full moon in Pisces is happening in your 11th house of community, tribe, social media, your branding, your marketing, your platforms, and also your friendships, if I haven't already said that. You're the bonds that are most important to you, your support network, Taurus. So you are having something come to fruition, something culminating, a manifestation, or an ending, and the end of a chapter and the beginning of a new chapter in any of these areas of your life. Some of you could be letting go of a friendship. Some of you could be walking away from a group association. Some of you could be letting go of a social media platform or just deciding not to spend time on that anymore. And others of you could be opening up to something new in any of those areas, bringing new friends on board, starting a new dream team for your business, getting aligned with a new group or community. This is also the house of long-term gains. It's also a money house. So this is also where you could have money coming in that you weren't expecting, or where you could have money going out that you weren't expecting. Pisces makes a sextile to your sign, to your energy. Sextiles are solutions. They are opportunities. So be on the lookout for a new opportunity, for a new solving a problem in a way that you weren't expecting to. This is the house of the world as well. So this is the world is your oyster. What do you want? What is a hope, wish, and dream that hasn't come to fruition for you yet? Or maybe a hope, wish, or dream is coming to fruition during this Pisces full moon, conjunct Saturn, which is a foundation building energy. So that's really beautiful, Taurus. And I know a lot of you guys are hard workers. You've been plodding along. You've been working really hard. And when I tuned into your energy, that's what I got. It was like, you are working hard. And your message from Spirit was stay focused. Stay focused. Keep your eye on the prize. You are getting ahead. You are making headway, even if you don't realize it. You're gaining rewards. Rewards are coming to you. You may feel that and see that and experience that during this full moon, or you will in the weeks or months following this full moon. Beautiful, Taurus. So let's pull a card for you. Let's pull a card for Taurus. 11th house, Pisces full moon. And your card is, Taurus, trust. Trust the process. This is a sense that I got when I got this information from Spirit, is that yes, you're making headway, even if it doesn't feel like it. And that's why there's this trust card and this sort of navigating by the moonlight. And you can see this crescent moon. So I feel like this is saying when we get to the first quarter moon, when you can see the moon as the crescent moon in the sky visible again, you're going to feel like, okay, now I see something happening. Now, if you don't see it with the full moon, maybe you're doing a purge, maybe you're doing a releasing, maybe you're cutting something out of your life, maybe you're letting something end. But you're navigating by the moonlight. There is light. You're navigating by the stars. And when you see that crescent moon, I get this feeling like you're going to be more hopeful and you're going to see things start to come to fruition. Beautiful, Taurus. Leave me a comment. Let me know if this resonates for you. I'd love to hear. Okay, Aries. Hello, beautiful Aries. Aries, you guys are having the full moon in Pisces in your 12th house, which is really cool because the 12th house is already associated with Piscean energy. So this is like a double dose of this Pisces energy. The 12th house is the house of the mystic, your mystical self. This is where we take a retreat. This is where we go inside. We do the deep diving guided meditations, the hypnotherapy, the astral travel, lucid dreaming. You could receive a lot of illumination, epiphanies, healings even during these times when you're in another world, when you dissolve into another reality, because that's Pisces energy. It's a whole other reality. It's the ethereal realms. So this is the house of the ethereal realms. It's also the subconscious mind. This could be a time when you're seeing a shift in your own subconscious mind, when you're releasing a story that's been less than empowering for you. You're rewiring, you're telling a new story, especially with Mercury retrograde during this full moon. You could feel that. This is a time for you to really connect with your spiritual source, connect with the heavens, connect with the divine. Some of you may awaken to spiritual abilities that you weren't that are heightening during this time, that are deepening the clairs, your clairvoyance, clairsentience, claircognizance, clairaudience, like a lot of different ways that you could be experiencing this energy, that you feel like, wow, I feel like I'm opening up like a lotus flower. I'm opening up and you could really feel that veil is thin energy that I spoke about with the blue supermoon intensity that we're having with this full moon. Aries, your message from Spirit is let yourself have a divine breakthrough. Let yourself have an illumination. Let yourself take a break, a physical break if you need it. You may feel quite fired up during this full moon. You may feel like I'm in the flow. I want to push forward. But the message was you don't need to push right now. It's more about allowing right now. It's more about letting yourself being carried down the river. Let the currents of life carry you. I'm not saying don't be in action, don't do things, but we have 7 planets retrograde and then Jupiter going retrograde soon after this full moon. So this really is allowing something to, the divine to carry you, the divine to move you forward was what I got, and to let yourself have a physical break, a time out if you need it. Saturn is there. Saturn will have a task list for you, but do that task list, do your chores, and then you can go out and play, beautiful Aries. Okay, oh, a card fell out, Aries. Okay, so your card is, actually 4 cards fell out, so that's too many cards. I'm gonna put them back and reshuffle. 4 cards, you can't do that, but we're gonna see what comes up now. Beautiful Aries. Aries, your card is, ooh, openness. Such a divine card. The planets are supporting you. Your ancestors are supporting you. Your passed on loved ones. This is a card of knowing that you are protected, that you are tethered to the ethereal realms, to the universe. The universe has your back. There's an opening that's coming for you if you are open. It's a very clear message. Stay open. With openness, you shall receive exactly what you need during this full moon in Pisces. Beautiful Aries, leave me a comment. Let me know if this resonates for you. I'd love to hear. Okay, my beautiful friend, this has been a general reading of the Pisces full moon. If you would like a personal astrology consultation, if you would like to know how this full moon is affecting you in terms of your personal planets, your natal astrology chart, if you would like to know more about your gifts, your talents, your life purpose, a heart's desire that you want, perhaps it's a relationship for you, maybe it's a career decision for you, something that you really want. Maybe it's, what is my direction going forward? I will go over with you what your natal chart says, the blueprint of your soul's destiny, the moment you took your first breath. We will also look at the current astrology transits, how they are affecting you. That tells me so much that I can convey to you, as well as the future transits throughout the rest of this year and sometimes into the beginning of next year. How are those energies speaking to us? What are they telling us about what's going on for you now and how you can best use your energy? What I love about astrology is it lets us know where we can gain the most in terms of our focus. I love conveying the astrology to you for your empowerment. And with all the changes going on, the nodes of the moon changing signs, Pluto moving into a new sign, all of these planets going retrograde, and Venus going direct very soon, there's a lot that I have to share with you. So if you would like to know more about my astrology consultations, go to my website, check out the testimonials of people who have received readings from me and what they got from their readings. And I also have coaching services. We can do a one-off clarity coaching session, or we can work together in soul alchemy coaching. You can book your session directly on my website. You choose your time zone, you book yourself into an available slot, and you are good to go. Thank you for your likes of this video, your thumbs ups. Thank you for your comments. Your comments mean the world to me. Thank you for sharing this video with others who love astrology, and thank you for your subscribes. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, you will receive reminders of when I upload my next video, and your subscribes also send a message to the algorithm that then puts my videos out to more people. So thank you for helping me to grow this channel. Thank you to my Sunday chat friends for joining me. It's always such a pleasure to be here with you. And thanks to all of you, regardless of when you're watching this video. I love that we are all together in this like-minded community. And as promised, I have a free gift for you. That free gift is a guided meditation, a soothing guided meditation that will connect you to your spiritual wisdom, to your divine guidance, so you can receive the unconditional love of the divine. To get that free instant download guided meditation, just go to my website, subscribe to my free inspirational astrology updates, and you'll get that instant download right away. So until my next video, my friend, I'm sending you all my love.